Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I am Darcy. And I have iced coffee that I make myself to save money, but occasionally go buy one. Like tomorrow, probably will. Alright, I want to play with my jelly plate today, but I watched, okay, and I cannot remember which one it was because I was watching both of them last night. I think it was Marsha Valk, V-A-L-K. And she, or it was a Birgit Koopsen. I think they're both in the Netherlands, or one. Marsha's in the Netherlands. I don't remember where Birgit is. Far away from me. But they are artists for the jelly plate people. Not the jelly plates I have, but the jelly arts, is that what it's called? So you can find them there, and then they have their own YouTube. So if you are into jelly plate prints and making all the things, you gotta watch them. They're awesome. Okay, so she was making like stamps using the foam. So this is just the 2mm foam, and I actually have a thicker cardboard for this. I probably don't have to put this on first, but if you have something thin like this, she puts it on first, otherwise her fingers get in, mess it up. But I'm gonna put it on here anyway, just because I want to. It'll give me more, yeah, I think it'll still help keep my fingers off the board. So, whoops, you can use a gel matte medium, or or you can get the stuff that's already pre-sticky. That helps. I have my shapes that are that. Now this is going to make it a little bit more challenging for me when I go to put my diamonds. Somebody asked me to show them how I made, hold on, I'll show you in a second. You don't really want to, hold on. I have a love-hate relationship with my glue, I think. No, not my glue. That's not what I was going to say. I have a love-hate relationship with my pause button. Because sometimes you forget to unpause, or once in a while, like a call will come through, and that will like mess it up totally. Now, for my rectangles, what are these? Diamonds. For the diamonds, well, see, the one I made was a little different, as in I used 6mm thread everywhere. Oh my goodness, it's 3 times as thick. This is it's kind of the stuff you would use for cosplay, but it means that it's thick enough that I don't have to worry about this board touching the paint like it does here on the 2mm. It's not a liquid. And this one I just put on cardstock. Excuse me, sorry. And it does alright too, but obviously it does hit the paint on the edges, which is kind of why I have it. I need to glue that down, but then I can, like, you know, let me glue it down real fast. I had it glued down at one point, apparently. I'm not sure what happened. Probably from all the lifting. I tried to do it like this, just so that I would have a way to lift it up without sticking my finger in the paint. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Oh, it's okay. I saw the cover and I'm like, where'd my exact one have to go? Now, having a mat with the numbers does actually help quite a bit. Also, I need to make sure I have a piece that's less than 12 inches tall so that I can, I'm afraid to move this because then I won't know what I did with it. It's to my right, just tell me. And then for the bases, you can use this kind of cardstock. I just use, this kind of board, gray board, chipboard. I'm even going to do some on this because I've got this to put on it too. She used acetate. So like, it'll be like a transparency sheet kind of, or maybe a little harder than that. I don't know. She used acetate and then put the foam on that and then put the shapes on top of that. So, I actually want to do something else first, so I can go ahead and it will help me out as far as it'll give me a different texture than what I have on my other diamonds. And this is something else I saw her do. So where's my straight side? So I'm going to do this before I cut my shapes, and I'm just going to I want it, well, I don't need it straight, but. So you can use a pencil or you can use one of, what are these called? Come on, focus on me. Oh, wait, you gotta do that, right? I have the little end and the, I don't know. I forget what these are called. But you can also use just a pencil. So you can, I'll show you. Yeah, I guess I could just do the pencil, can't I? Oh, you gotta go straight up and down with it, though. But I'm gonna use my thingy. Embosser. I think it's called an embosser. And just gonna make a bunch of lines like I did on this. And if you do it before you cut your shapes, it's a lot less tedious. See, all these shapes are already cut. And so, you know, I'll have to, actually I have an idea for those too, though. That's not quite straight. You know what that means? We're just going to go a little less straight on the next one too, because if I can't have it perfect, I'm going to make it imperfect on purpose. Does that make sense? I wonder if I should be using the smaller end. Oh, and I think she usually went twice. Hold on. I'll do the smaller. Oh, maybe that's a little bit more. Yeah. Maybe. And there's, you know, there's no perfection. It's gonna be a layer. There's no need for any perfection to happen here. Alright, now I will do that all the way across, but for right now I want to go ahead and get to, I'm going to line this up on the edge, then I'm going to line my ruler up at the 1 inch mark. Seems like you know, I'm at the 2, so I got to go to the 3. You gotta find this is why you don't want it longer than your board, because you need to be able to, you want to be able to follow those lines. Then I'll take my X-Acto knife, which probably needs a new blade, and I'm going to carefully and slowly, because otherwise you do that, what I just did, come to the end, which you can't see the end because it's not even on my desk. And if you have to, you just take your scissors. Now, from the bottom here, this, I didn't know this. I had to like figure this out myself, which I didn't, you know, I just kind of winged it when I did my other diamonds. I know shapes, but this time I had some pre-made shapes, and so I was able to figure it out. Now these ones are the sticky back, or the pre-made ones, and I'm going to actually use this one as my guide. But you don't have a guide, right? So I put this on here, and then I measured here, and it was about 1/2 inch. So if you go from the bottom corner 1/2 inch up and cut across, okay, and then you're gonna go, let's see, is that 1 inch? Yep. Then you're gonna go 1 inch from the bottom corner, and after you cut, you're gonna go 1 inch up from the higher corner and cut across. And then your first one that you make, so let's do that. I'll do it this way, so because not everybody has a pre-made. So I'm going to make a mark right here at the 1/2 inch, and right here at the 1.5 inch, and then here I'm going to make a mark at 1 inch. That way, when I cut from here to my mark, and from my 1 inch on this side to that 1.5 inch mark over here, I have my first diamond. And then just keep doing that. Now, if I want to look at it, this one's a little bit wonky. I don't know why. All right, let's work on that. Let's try the other end. See if there's a, why is it wonky? Oh, also, which end? My goodness. Which end am I at over here? My lines are starting to come up. Maybe just use a pencil. I don't know. All right. What might be wrong is that my thing is just slightly, maybe there. Nope. Probably because I'm slightly over 1/2 inch. Oh, and also, see my mark right here? I'm beyond it. That's part of the problem too. So you might want to like get your diamond the way, unless you like a wonky diamond. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with a wonky diamond. But once you have your diamond how you like it, then you use that as your template. And hope for the best. I guess. I don't know. It worked out somehow on my other one. I did lose quite a few though, because it's not bad. It's a little bit wonky, but it'll work for our purposes. We don't need perfection. Okay. So that's how I made the diamond. And then to put them on here, well, my ruler is, hold on, I need my width, is about 1 1/4 inch wide. So I didn't have to measure anything. I just used my ruler. So I take my diamonds. I'm going to use this diamond for now. And I just kind of put it, well, I could put it on the edge and then it'll come out a little bit more evenly. But I just did it for the angle. So then I lined up, pull it way just a little, no, I can do it that way, can't I? Okay, so I lined up my ruler. And then I just started drawing a grid. So I was able to use my ruler because my ruler is the perfect length, the perfect width. And make sure that as much space as there was on this side when I drew my line, I make sure it's like that on that side, and then draw my line on this side. So you're not going right up to your line. You're excuse me, I woke up with cough being bad again today. You just kind of pay attention to where it was the first time. So if you've already drawn your line, go back to the middle and put it right in the middle, and you'll see there's just like this little 1/16 of an inch probably line on each side. So we do that all the way across, all the way one direction, not the group, just the actual direction. You just want to get it as straight as you can, but you know, we're letting go of perfection, because when you're playing with this foam stuff, there's no perfection. It's just, there's none. There's just no perfection. So now I'm taking it, it really doesn't matter where I put it now, and I'm lining it so that I got even amounts on each side here. And then I might have it down to the edge so that they go down to the edge like that. And line up my ruler like this. I know it's real technical, all the math. Nope, no math involved. Okay, it does help if you put your ruler high enough so you get a straight line all the way across. So, am I in? Okay, good. So, you know, you just see how I have it kind of centered there, and then I'm putting my ruler about the same distance like that. And now I'm gonna go the other direction. Hey, how come there's not a singing group called The Other Direction? Funny. There's not an SNL skit on that, huh? You got One Direction and The Other Direction. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. Didn't I feed her? I thought I fed her. No, I don't think I gave her food. But I asked if she wanted to eat, and she didn't tell me that she wanted to eat. I know that sounds silly, but she knows how to tell me if she wants to eat. Hold on, where is she? Ellie! What you want? Are you hungry? Wait, well, how do you tell me you're hungry? Well, I don't know you're hungry because you're not telling me you're hungry. How do you tell me you're hungry? Oh, you are hungry. Okay, I'm going to pause and go get her food because she could have had it over an hour ago. She tells me she's hungry by sitting on her bottom. And when we've kind of trained her, she's to get her canned food, she has to sit most of the time, unless my husband's been giving her a hard time, then I don't make her. So yeah, she's super spoiled. She she gets plenty of dry food. Dry food's always there for her. This is a long line here. And then had been giving her 2 cans, the small cans, a day. But I was noticing a lot of waste. So now I do half a can at a time, which sometimes she eats twice a day, sometimes she eats 4 times a day, and sometimes she asks for fifths, and we're like, just have a treat. But if you were to pet her, you'd be like, does this cat ever eat? She has a metabolism like my husband, the kind we're all jealous of. So, yeah. Hey kiddo, how are you? Ow, oldest is up. So now, and you want to make sure you probably do them, well, I was trying to make sure just so that I had them lined up nicely. So, the self-stick ones are easiest. You don't have to do anything but stick them on there. But the other ones, you probably need to use some tacky glue at least. And then you can line up. Oh, see, I want to... Oh, where's my ones that I just made? That would be too easy. Well, I haven't really made them yet, have I? Alright, now my problem is going to be that this is a different height than this. So I can use these or I can use these. So what I'll probably do is use these, and I don't know if I have enough for the whole thing, but I'll do as much as I can of it. And so then I'll, because I don't need it to be exactly like the other one. So I'm kind of like putting my head down, making sure that, hold on. Don't press it down yet until you kind of look at it from the angle and make sure it's fairly straight. And then you can press it down. And I don't know, so that's how I made this, except for, you know, you're more likely to find these easily. These probably cost a little bit more. I got them on Amazon. It was kind of a pain to do, but totally worth it. I will use this thing a lot. So the important thing is, I guess the 1-inch strip, unless you get the shapes. You got to pay attention. Some shapes only have triangles, circles, and squares. The bag, the one I got has, I don't think it has squares. It has rectangles, this weird shape, circles, ovals, half circles, and the diamonds and these triangles. And then I had bits left over from this. And so I'm just kind of putting together, if I can find it, had it. Of course I had it. Do I have it now? No, I don't have it now. It's got to be here somewhere. All my stuff is moving. I've seen it all within the last 15, 20, oh, here it is. So I've just taken like all the little bits and just started gluing them on as I find them or as they turn up. When I cut more of this, I'll have more little bits and corners, and that'll be a fun texture to add. So, you know, if you have bits left over from cutting up your thing, that's not a problem. Let's see, do I have any more? I want to kind of show how I'm gonna, I figured once I get these on, I should be able to do my lines. Alright, there should be all the colors. But you know, alright, let's see, this was, it just says Genie Crafts Foam Sticker 700 piece self-adhesive foam shapes. It was the one that had, well, you know, these shapes, hexagons, all that jazz. And this was before I knew to do a backing. So I put some hexagons on there for some shapes, some random, well, they're not actually random. They were supposed to be random, but then they kept looking weird. So they're kind of like dun 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 dun. They're actually a pattern, but that's because I'm weird like that. So, okay, so see, when I put this one on, I want to make sure it's pretty centered, but I also want to kind of come across like this. Or you just center each one and hope for the best. Doesn't really matter. On my other one, with the 12-inch one, I was like super, well, I started out like being, you know, super OCD about it, but then I was just like, you know what? let's just, it's not, it's going to be a background pattern anyway. It's not going to be, it's, you know, no one's, let's make it more organic. It doesn't have to be perfect. So that's the goal here, right? Just have something fun to play with. I really want to get my lines on this and try it out. So I'm gonna finish putting these on, and then I'll be back. Now, if I were to run out of the shape that I'm using, the diamond shape, I have the other shapes that I can cut more diamonds out of. This one is a pretty easy one, and seems to be more of this rectangle shape than other shapes. So I'm just gonna kind of line it up on one side. These are a little bit more than an inch. Make sure I'm even. I don't want to be even Steven's cousin. I actually want to be even Steven's here. And just trim around that. And I will tell you, the stuff with the paper on the back is easier to cut. So, you know, not bad. And then I've got my square here. Is my square... Oh, my square, there's a lot of squares. I don't know what I'm going to use squares for. But, ooh, I kind of want to, that's alright. This is going to give me a cool shape when I do this, actually. So I'm going to just go to there. And I'm going to come to the other side holding it, take that off maybe. Now I know why people sometimes can't see them when they're cutting. And there, see, cool shape. Especially if you're a, let me see, maybe I can come around this way if I go just far enough. See? So now I have another diamond and bonus, fun other little shapes to play with. Because I'm more likely to use those than, now these aren't perfect. I can see there's stuff on the end, but after I'm going to be putting some lines on these, so it's not going to matter. And these come off fairly easily to stick them back down. But if they come off when you don't want to take them off, just add some tacky glue or art glitter glue or whatever. Alright, I'm okay with that. Now, where's my ruler? And maybe I'll try my pencil this time. Is my pencil sharp enough? I don't know. So I'm gonna try to go down the middle of these, see if I have any. But now I'm gonna find out how not straight it is, right? You know what? Maybe we'll go this way. So wait, no, that's gonna be worse. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out which way I want to do my lines. I guess I'll go kind of, sort of straight, even though they might not all line up perfectly. I'm not going to worry about that. Like we said, we're trying to let go of perfection, right? It's harder than you think. Okay, so remember how she was like, I'm hungry, and I gave her food, and she just sat there looking like the queen, laying like the Queen of Sheba. I should have made her sit to get it, but I didn't, and now she's over here bugging me again. I was going to go all the way across, but I might even just do like 3 on each one like that. It's kind of cool looking. Hallie, what are you doing? Somebody come get my cat. Play with her. Because the boys aren't, are they? Should the boys not play with you? Does that make you so sad? Does that make you so sad? I'm hoping this doesn't accentuate how straight these are not. No, not on the gel plate. Oh my goodness. There you go. You can have your bed back. I spoiled it all. I have a stack of boxes over here that she can lay on. I had her bed up there, but she kept pushing it off because it was so hot yesterday. Or she kept trying to lay beside it because, you know, the plastic is cooler. So. Alright, I'm going to finish drawing these lines. You get the picture. Okay, so that's what that one looks like for now. Then I showed you this one, right? I did the lines and then I cut out those with my, this. This is really hard to cut this where there's no backing on it. So I found the thinnest thing I could get away with using, I mean, you could try cardstock. I haven't gone that high up yet. But if I use a piece of index card, and I have like tons of these index cards, so if you don't, just try a piece of cardstock. But anything thinner than this, it didn't work. And this particular whatchamacallit is giving me fits anyway. I might need to do the aluminum foil thing. I'm going to do this one first. So I'm going to do it so the blade is going towards the foam, which I was like, surely that's not the way, but I tried it both ways and I got a, oh come on. You went into the blue paper, I mean the blue foam, why won't you go into the red foam? Is there something stuck in there maybe? Maybe there's something stuck in there? Nothing stuck in there. I did not have a problem with this earlier. My, maybe my foams are different widths. That doesn't seem right. Shouldn't my foam all be 2 millimeters? Unless my index, no, I used it with an index card with the blue foam. Oh, I'm determined. Okay, so my blade's on the opposite side of the paper. You can't see what I'm doing. All right, let me get this in here as far as I can. Okay, so that one works fine. I get fairly smooth edges. When I don't use that, I get, I don't know if you can see, hold on. Ugh. I get more rough edges. I still can't tell if you can see that or not, but so the blue is without paper, the red is with paper. So, you know, it's not the end of the world if you don't use the cardstock, but there's definitely a difference. Let me see how this one's gonna. So I'm doing the blade towards the foam. All right, I'm having a little bit better luck. A little bit better luck. Also, let me see. Let me see if I can get the foam in there. Oh, it's gonna be all warped. Look at that. I don't know why I could do it before and I can't now. It's really kind of it's bugging me. Why is it not all the same width? Why is the blue different? Let's go this way. And this one is not, you know, not very happy with me anyway when I try to go through anything at this point. All right. My foam is not all the way in. Well, we're just going to do it like that for right now because I'm going for perfection. And we still have an interesting shape. And it's, you know, a lot smoother than it would be if I had just done it like, well, this is dumb because it's gonna probably get stuck, so I'll hate myself for even trying it, but alright. Yeah, see, it doesn't even want to go through this one. That's what I get with this one. I get punished when I try to do it with this one. So you see the difference between using card and not using card. So that's my little trick that I figured out myself when I was trying to make shapes. Maybe if I had done my lines in this, it would have smushed it out a little bit. So yeah, I've got some with lines. Got a piece of cardstock here that the cat food comes with these in between each layer. When I get the three kinds, I want to do the plus signs so bad. So I don't have them yet, but excuse me. The spacers that go in tiles, I ordered the 3/8 inch ones because I want them bigger. There's the 1/8 ones, which are going to be like really tiny. They'll be like, oh, let me see. They'll only be like, I'm gonna give 3/8, whatever 3/8 is no, it was about 3/4 of an inch, so they won't be bad, I think. So if you want like the small plus signs, you get the 1/8 inch, which would end up being around this big for the you know, your plus signs. They're the tile spacers that look like plus signs. I got the bigger ones because I'm using a bigger gel plate. And then what she did is they have like an open one and a closed one, so she did an open thing with them and a closed one. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that. All right, let's go ahead and cut a piece of this to about the same size as my card here. Doesn't have to be perfect. And what do I want? Could just do random shapes, or oh, I did this flower yesterday. Let me see how that stamps. I could just do a bunch of little different designs on maybe all my circles. Maybe just use circles. This is a smaller circle. It's nice. It's 2 different sizes. Oh, I made these. I made that circle. Duh. Means it's going to be a different height too. All right, so I could. I'm trying to get them to be a little bit more random. I do want some smaller circles on there. I gotta find my 1-inch punch or my 3/4 inch punch, but you know that's not gonna happen right now. But that's all right. I'm gonna cut this smaller. I'm just gonna put this little flower one on here because I want to see how it does. So no, move it. Oh, now my sticky's probably gonna go away. I'm gonna glue all that down, and then I'll have. I'm kind of. If I do it like that, then I'll not have to stick my finger under there too. I don't know. I know nothing. Oh, I didn't put my. I saw it a couple times, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna use it any second. Oh, I'm gonna use it any second. And then I was like, nope, it was more than a second. And now I have to fuss with my glue. There we go. This is just quick dry tacky glue because it doesn't dry quite as fast as art glitter glue, which actually can be a good thing because it gives you, you know, a little bit more time to adjust. So, and then don't forget about masks. All these papers that I cut, trying to cut my foam, are now masks. I can just throw them on there. Every time I get paint on them, they're just going to get a little bit stronger. Just get a little stronger every time. Okay, let's see. I might just do some random stuff here. Okay, I think she did it at least twice. I'm using my smaller one, so let me try the smaller one. So, you know, just kind of, and here I was thinking that to do anything in this foam that I was going to need this whole set. So I got the stamp making set so that I could do this kind of thing. And then what happens? I watch somebody and that shows me all I need is a pencil, really. I mean, this is a stylus. But, I mean, basically she was like, oh yeah, you can just use a pencil. Oh my goodness. Would have saved me some money. Although I still want to try to make rubber stamps, so it's not that bad. But so, you know, just kind of just draw some random shapes, do a little bit of doodling. Let's try this. Look at that, get nice little perfect circles in there when you do that, huh? I'm not. It is a little bit hard sometimes to do a round type shape with the maybe the pencil would work better. But also I'm not going straight up and down, and that could be part of the problem. But who knows? I do like the stylus for the little dots you can make. I didn't even think about that. Till just now when I was just messing around. Sometimes that's all you need to do, just do a little bit of messing around. And see what happens. If it was important, they'd leave a message. They never leave a message. Or, when it's the stupid robocalls, the answer machine picks up and does it thing, and then they're like 2 seconds later, hello? Hello? I'm like, if y'all hadn't been a robocall and just answered the phone in the first place, you wouldn't be sounding like an idiot. Alright, I'm just going to do that because I don't know what that's going to look like, and so I'm curious to see what that's going to look like. I just kind of wanted to play a little bit. Alright, so we've got those to try on the gel plate, and the other thing I want to try on the gel plate, which I never remember to do, is doing my layers. So, I don't know if I could use that. I mean, it's not sharp. I might be, but you know what is sharp? Let's get that out of the way. That's sharp and dangerous. I'm surprised I still have the cover to all of my X-Acto knives. Or cutting knives, they're not all X-Acto. And an X-Acto knife is not that expensive. I would not I would not be against just sticking with X-Acto knives, even if it's not the highest, because this is what we are memory keepers, I think, and it's all pretty, but this thing comes loose as I'm using it all the time, and it doesn't even really get tight all the way, and it doesn't come with extra blades, although it's a bigger blade. And also I can see all kinds of nicks in that, I think. Well, maybe it's plastic, maybe it's glue, who knows. I don't get rid of it though. I just, because I might not be able to find the one I want to use, and then I need a backup, right? Oh, we'll see if it makes the final decluttering of this space or not. Alright, let me get these out of the way. Also, I was thinking, you can do double duty, and see, I have something on this side. I could put something on this side too, and then, I could use either side, and I'm saving space, kind of, Although I think I want something bigger for putting these on, but I don't know. So yeah, that was just a thought. And then when I was looking for a card, the backs of notebooks are great to find what you want. Or this is the back of mixed media paper, I think. But then I saw this one, and I think I'm going to cut this piece off so that I have those little squares. Forgot I was going to do that. So I obviously have a little lifting to do first on my... Oh, this is thick. I wonder which notebook this came... Oh, I think this came off of one of my mixed media... off the back of a mixed media notebook, actually. Because once I put things on here, this won't be part of it. So that's going to be another piece for me to use as a stamp. And it's thick enough that, especially if I do it on the end, I'll be able to use it. Yay! Okay. My colors today are random, because I grabbed out all of these that are almost empty. So we have almost empty bottles, plus I've got a yellow, a magenta, and yellow ochre, and like a turquoise and a blue, like these, the phthalo blue and the turquoise deep. And then I've got my my green gray and my Payne's gray. And white. I've got white here. Oh, I've got this white for now, and then once that's finished, I just have my matte white. And I realized that the only other white I have is metallic. So, I mean, nothing wrong with metallic, but not really what I want. So I might keep this out because I might want to, in case I want to draw anything. Do all the things. Just have fun with your... Alright, so I have this I want to lift. Where's my paper? Now, what I have learned is when you want to lift it off, you need to have a very thin layer of paint. I've been doing things all wrong. Just telling you right now. Not wrong. But, so I'm going to do a very... I'm going to try to stop getting my head in there. I'm going to try to do a very thin layer of paint. And I had made myself some space over on this side of the desk, which seems to have, oh, and I might use some of my chalk paint too, because I have an abundance of that, and I really like the way those looked, all the ones that I've got. So, and then if you keep a board around just to put these little pieces on, it'll become full before you know it. So how are we looking here? We get a nice good shadow going on from that piece of paper, or we have a reflection going on. I'm just going natural light today and hoping it works. Fingers crossed. Alright. So I've got just some paper bag over here that I ripped up. So that, you know, the next little junk journal, the next little grungy junk journal I make will have the pages already done for me. Because I'll probably just tear those in half to make the pages. Let's see. This has a line from the paint and a bunch of things. This one, I need to clean my brayers. This one does not come off, so I kind of want to get the Tim Holtz one that comes off. And this one does not come off. My speedball is a that is a speedball one. My jelly arts, that one does. Sorry, I got distracted because this paint right here, I can get rid of that line if I can get rid of this paint. Don't worry, I didn't break my brayer. That is just all paint. It's just like a thick, it's like a rubber band. It's like a rubber band, but it's not. It's just paint. But it's like the thickness of a rubber band almost. It's crazy. Okay, some of this, this is a really fluid paint that was on here last. So there is a very good, alright, we like texture, so just stop, lady. This is a very good chance that it will affect my yellow, but because it's so fluid. I don't want too much. I want to go for a thin layer, and you know, like they all say, if you get too much, just wipe it off on your paper, your wipe off paper, which is what and sometimes your wipe off papers come out looking better than your your pulls. And isn't it funny how that happens? Alright, I'm going to pull off as much of this as I can and hope for real pretty. And this is just paper I got at the thrift store, and I can't tell what weight it is or anything like that. It's just feels at least as light as 20-pound paper, but it feels similar to like the it's not quite as light as like the newsprint stuff. But it came on a notepad like this. I think that I might have waited too long to put that down. Why? Because my fan is on. So my paint is going to dry like super fast. Did I get anything off of there? No, nothing. I'm going to have to put another coat on there just to get some of that off. And nothing really off of here. They say a thin coat. The problem is, and it would be really, really pretty too, that green and that. But, yeah, I had to go mess it up with my fan being on. And at least turn it down, but I cannot turn it off. I forgot it was on medium. I would have turned it down earlier if I had realized. Sorry about that. I just hit you. I mean, I pulled on your cord. So now I need to figure out. This green is kind of a neutrally, goes with everything. Okay. I put kind of a lot more on there, but that's okay. Because what will happen if I have too much, I just wipe it off over here. I just got to get the paper on there faster this time. Alright, I'll get the edges later. I just want to get this on here before I lose it completely. And then I will do like I wanted to do and start with, well, there'll still be a little bit of grunge on here, which is fine. But I'll get my base coat on some papers. See? This blue and this some sage blue, depends on what, it just feels like such a neutral color. Of course, if I had used the green gray, it would have been similar. It just kind of goes with whatever you put it on. I don't, it's green, but it feels neutral. Is that weird? Well, I know I'm weird. You didn't have to say it out loud. So, those are all those bits that were on there. And that will be some fun paper to play with. Alright. Also, it does not matter which direction you go. I like to use my neutrals to pick up like my blues and stuff. This is not the one I was using. Why am I putting it over there? That is so weird. Alright. This is my pickup paper too. Alright. So like I said, I'm going to try to do layers. So, yeah, my background layer can be, my goodness, look at that, all up in there. Can be this. You gotta remember this is a bigger plate, so I can have, this is the green gray. I don't know what other grays they have. I only have the green gray and the Payne's gray. Ugh, watch, now I'll have too much. You go from not enough to too much, and it just doesn't take much to go from one end to the other, one extreme to the other. Okay, let's smooth that out. And come on, lady, faster. And we're moving faster and faster. Oh, that's got holes on it, but that's okay. I was trying with different paper to see. Oh, see, like I said, that green gray would work too. Love it. Alright. Now I'm gonna get, I'm just gonna pull a few background pieces, just do like I just did, just with different colors. And then I'll come back and do some of those textures we had. Because if I don't, we're already like really far. It's already been a long time. Just give me a minute. So if you're not a fan of a lot of white space, then backgrounds are your friend. That's all I'm saying. Alright, now another color. I have a yellow on here, so I'm going to get a little bit of more green where the yellow is, which is fine. We like a variation. Anyway, I like when colors blend in and, you know, you have different. I'm good with that. Let's just say that. Words are hard. I consider navy blue to be a neutral. I don't know about you. I think it goes with pretty much everything. Alright. Let's see. Where is this? I really want to try this one. Try this one. Oh, that's cool. And I want to see what this one looks like. And try this one. See, I don't even have to do a bunch of these. I could just do one and just put them where I want them. That's what I can do. Then go ahead and I'm going to put this here and this one here and grab my, alright, I have nice big sheets of music paper and they are great for getting up the edges here and then also pressing down to have a clean sheet. And then I just have a nice fun page to use either in collage or as a page, and it's already got interest in the back and it's not a white background, so even if it doesn't get a lot of stuff on it, it still is, you know, really cool. And even if you get just little lines from the edges, it's really cool. So, da 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 da, you ready? Why I keep putting that on there? I don't know. Put it upside down, lady. That's also, this one, these two that I have don't have the kickstand. And the ones that Tim Holtz does do, and well, the ones that Rangers Ink sells do. So I'm really I mean, if I could, I would probably have. All right, that I let. If the windows were open, I'd have more drying time because it's humid outside. But no, we have it rained last night, and we don't want more of those stupid roaches coming in. So, so the flower's not showing up real great, but I still have my ghost print there, and so I'll do another. Got a ghost print going on there too. But yay! Look at that. Do you love it? Wait, what happened? Did one of my things fall off? I'm okay with that. No? I wonder why that one doesn't show up. That would be... Is this how I had it? 1, 2... This one. I think. No, maybe I had it this way. So that would be... Yeah, I gotta figure this out now, don't I? 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3... Oh, it's this one. This purple one. The one, is that one, that for some reason that one did not touch down. Huh. I might replace that one. We'll see. Or, oh, well, yeah, I'm replacing it now. So even though they're from the same box, they still didn't. Although, you know, it's kind of fun to have a blank one in there. Maybe I'll leave it. People will be like, huh, I wonder why that blank piece is there. So that's how that turned out, and I'm loving it. And I need to... Are you quite alright in there? What's with all the pulling on the doors and whatnot? Oh, okay. Well, just move it. Don't make a big to-do over it. Let's see. What color do I want? I've got some purpley here, some yellow here. Why not this tallow blue? Because we have some turquoise there too. So yeah, we'll do the except that's already okay. Well, you got the what is it called? You have the you want a frozen microwave burger. You know you have money in a car and a license, and you could just go anytime and get anything at the store that you want. But if you want me to buy it at the store, you need to make a list. Or you could have like a sausage burger with egg and cheese on it on a croissant. Those are in the freezer. Sometimes you gotta stick with whatever it is that I like to eat. That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And I'm trying to make more use of my thing. I'm trying to get all to the edges, because that's, if I don't get all to the edges, I get all crusty. Plus I like that patchwork look that I've been doing on my envelopes. So I think that was dry too fast. We'll see. Yeah, just a tiny bit came off of that. Did I get this one any faster? Oh, some of it came off. So there we go. There's another layer. Fun. I like that it goes into the both colors. Glad I did that way. There's still a little bit on there, but don't we have something else to try? Where's our circles? It's a circle. Alright, we've got these to try. So, let's just try some of our pale blue. Ooh, that's a lot. But maybe that's what we need right now. I mean, it feels like a lot, but then once I spread it out, it's not as much of a lot. Because look how thin that is. Which, if I move fast, will be fine. I turn it a little bit. And anything else that we want to do? Maybe a few more of these daisies. Try those again. Since we got circles on here, that could work nicely and fun. Overlapping is okay. I don't know. He usually tells me when he's on his way home. Too bad you don't like it. I gotta remember to have a piece of paper over here to do my stamps on. Okay. Now this is dry. I'm definitely gonna have to put another layer of something on this. We'll do the green. Seems extra dark in here all of a sudden. But I think I have enough light, even though it suddenly got like cloudy outside. should just turn off my fan and suffer, huh? It's not that hot in here. I mean, is the AC kicked on yet? Have it set at... Well, if I have it set at 676, it won't turn on until it gets to 78. Alright. Paper, where's all my papers? This is a problem. Okay. Coming right along here. Yeah, it's not straight. Oh well. Oh, and then a secret to... It's not a secret. But one thing the ladies do, and I did order a 5x7, and I'll show you on that, but they cut their paper down to about, what, half an inch on each side, bigger than the plate. So if you have a 5x7, I guess they do 6x8 pieces of paper. And they put a piece of 6x8 piece of paper underneath, and that way they can line up the paper they're printing with the paper that's on the bottom. And so when they do layers like this, they can have it be all lined up, their paper and stuff. So it's not, you know, it's not coming out super clear, but it's still giving me some texture and fun prints. That one, definitely nothing. Well, I can see circles. But this one is the one that one actually came out pretty good. And that's like the ghost print. It's like, what, the third print from when I put it on originally. So, and I think I just cleaned everything off of there. But that's good. Now we can start with a fresh, exciting new magenta. Maybe take off our... I still want to find out what Betsy Doodle does with these. Your little glued on, your little bits. Alright. This is quinacridone magenta. Not quite as expensive as the quinacridone gold. Or nickel, azo gold. Because, yeah, this one I was able to find in a big bottle. Oh, you know what I learned? Oh my goodness. Oh, I have to tell you what I learned. Hold on. If I forget to tell you, you can yell at me. But, it has to do with the squares. There's just, if I forget, just say, hey, you never told us about the squares. Let's, do this in a couple places. Alright, I need to make the outside of it a little bit more, organic is the problem here. I'm determined to figure out this little thing. And. Oh, you know what? Let's do this one. I know you guys have been dying to see this one, right? This, I used the back of a 12x12. So that I have 12x12. Fits on the whole thing. I love it. We love it, we love it, we love it. Yes, we do. Yeah, I need to move a little faster with this dryness in this house. The air conditioning might be on, or it was during the night. It was, let's see, we got up to 86 yesterday. All day my husband's like, can we turn the AC on? Usually it's me. Like, can we turn the AC on? Can we turn the AC on? I'm like, no. And then finally, when the temperature started going down, we turned the AC on. And we slept nicely. So that's our lovely little... I was trying to see if... Not really. And then, let's see. Oh, and then remember all these pieces we had? Let me just lay those down. And paint over them. They are now what we call in the biz, that I just started out in myself, masks. I'm going to use that one even though it's got a tear in it. Because I can. If I want to, I can. Okay. What color? Oh, we can go back to a blue now. It'll give us some purple, but that's okay. Unless we want to go in the orange direction. Do we want to go in the orange direction? Ah! Whoa, that's a lot. Ugh! And it's all over my hands. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Alright, now if you're curious, what happens when you just do it right over the mask? it doesn't hold on to the mask the same way as it does the other bits. So, and I try to keep some tweezers around here so I can just pull these off real quick and let that dry, and then I will see if I can find the squares on the paint. Now, if this were regular paint, once these dry, just use them again, and as I get paint on them, they'll actually get stronger. So, you know, just, my goodness, cut out your shapes. A shape, I looked it up. From what I understand, you cannot copyright a shape, like a circle, a square. You cannot copyright a shape. And also, familiar patterns. So like polka dots, that mosaic thing, stuff like that. You can't copyright a familiar pattern. Doesn't say specifically what it means by familiar pattern, but those I looked up. So, if you want to make digitals and you're making your own things, you can probably, I'm not saying you can, definitely, but I think you probably can use like stencils that have familiar patterns, like polka dots, and oh, I had them up here. I would consider this a familiar pattern. It's hexagons. This would be a fairly familiar pattern. A chevron would be a familiar pattern. This mosaic, or whatever it's called, is it mosaic? It's anyway, it's like a Moroccan type thing. I'm not sure about that one, but polka dots is definitely a familiar pattern. I could not find much about what constitutes a familiar pattern. Okay, now the other thing is, apparently, not on this one. Well, this one tells you medium viscosity. So if it was a square, it would be half filled. So it's translucent, I guess, but it's highly pigmented. Can be used with mediums, cleaned with soap and water. The quinacridone. Okay, so the quinacridone has. Can you see the square? It's half full, which means it's translucent. Although it seems pretty transparent to me. And I'm trying to. I don't know what this means. That little sunshine thing. Do these have the squares? I don't see the squares on these. These aren't fancy enough, apparently. What about this one? Oh, this one shows it for you. So that one's probably medium viscosity too. But that one is transparent. So I don't know. This one is. There's the square. This one is opaque. As the square is totally filled in. So, if the square is filled in, it's opaque. Can't see through it. If it's half filled in, it's translucent. You can see through it some. And if it's open all the way, that means it is transparent. Now, not all. The Liquitex has them, apparently. The Artist Loft does not, but it tells you medium viscosity, probably in heavy and light is probably what they would say. And well, we're just going to assume that all of the regular acrylic paints from the craft paints are all opaque. We're just going with that. Why not? Orange and purple. What do we think? Boop, boop. Okay, you're supposed to just flick off. Gel plates just don't flick off, do they? I told you these were almost empty. It's alright. If I run out of you, I can do some of you. My cloudless is almost empty, but that's alright. I can get a new... Ooh, that's a lot. I can get a new cloudless. And I have a new pale blue, so I'm all good with using up the pale blue. Alright. And I don't know if I ever mentioned that you don't want to just go back and forth. You want to go forward and left. Go forward and left. And then if you're trying to blend colors, you want to start with your lighter color. Too much of that color. This one is called Cloudless. And then I move over here to my darker color. And get that all spread out. I know I was just doing that when I said not. Well, if I'm mixing the paint, I might do that a little bit. But for the most part. And then if I want to blend it, I just want to move a little bit, and I want to lift what's on the bottom, so I don't want it to be too. All right, what have we got over here? Quick, lady, quick! Stop hemming and hawing over stuff. All right, so this is what I'm putting down. See what I'm putting down? See what I'm saying? Alright, this is not going to go with this at all, but that's okay because it could end up being used as collage paper. And as much as I do like to use cardstock to make tags, I don't always know if it's going to be good for a tag or be good for collage or a book page when I create it. Like, because you never know what it's going to look like. So, if I just do it on thinner paper, it can be anything because I can collage it on a tag, have it be a page in a book, or glue it onto some cardstock to make it into a tag. So I've decided, for the most part, unless I'm specifically doing tags or book covers or something, that's kind of cool. I like this patchwork effect. I was doing it with my junk mail envelopes, and even though, you know, they don't match, it's still fun, especially for like a junky kind of a journal. Grungy journal. There, it's fun to have it like that. And okay, so our masks worked great. Ooh, and you can see that thing that I made. This. My daisy came out a little better too. Let's see. And that was yellow under there. So yeah, I'm gonna play some more. But here's what we did today. And you know. I will probably look and see what this one. I'll try to put some pictures on my Instagram. I think my Instagram is Misadventures with Mixed Media. I don't think I could fit my first name. So Instagram, I think I'm Misadventures with Mixed Media, and on Facebook I have a group, Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. And I want to change my name on Etsy to Darcy's Mixed Media, but no. I mean, I've changed my name, but it's still, you have to look up Eclectic Junk Journals. So I'm tempted to close that store and open a new one. It just says Darcy's Mixed Media, and that just would cover everything. So, see, that's kind of cool too. The orange and the turquoise are nice together. I like that. Alright, so y'all have a delightful day. And, you know, tell me in the comments what you're working on. I like to know what you guys are working on. I like to know if you're still working on the same thing from 2 weeks ago, or if you're on your 5th thing from 2 weeks ago. I've done a bunch of things in between, but haven't finished a thing, except the canvases. Oh, if you go on Instagram, you can see the canvases I made. I don't have them anymore. My mother-in-law loved them, though, which I was thrilled. I was hoping she would. I knew she liked carnations and red, so hers had some red carnations and the quote she asked for, and then the one she wants to gift it's kind of like beach glass green in the background with a couple of daisies in the corners. I don't know. I tried my best. I mean, I knew she would love them, but it's not something I love to do. I like just playing like this, and you can't do this on a canvas. So all right, love you guys. Bye. Have a great day. A delightful day. All the days. All the good things.